So we're over at the beautiful Design Museum over in Kensington, which is a wonderful area all on its own anyway. We're here today. This has been on my bucket list of places to come and visit for a long time. So we thought, do you know what? Let's get in here. Let's go and see some of the amazing designs. And believe you me, this is going to take you for a trip back through time if you used to have some of the things that they've got on show in here. And also, not only that, we're going to take you to the Barbie Exhibition, which is on here until the end of March. So if you're into Barbie, keep watching the video to right near the end. Now, the great thing about the Design Museum is they've got lots and lots of different designs from years gone by, including this, a fountain for pigeons. So we're in the Design Centre building, which is quite a building of its own, to say the least. It's got a lovely cosy feel to it. And whilst it looks quite funny from the outside, as you've seen from the previous footage, actually inside it feels quite warm. Doesn't feel as massive outside, but I love the way that they've got all the design stuff around the outside. So you can literally just walk around the foyer. So anyway, we'll go and have a look at that in a second. Plus you've got a coffee shop, gift shop, etc. And you can get tickets here on the day if you're coming to the exhibitions. Also, plenty of space to sit down and chill. But the other great thing about this is if you just want to come and take in the Design Centre, it's completely free. But then you can do what you like, the exhibitions, but then you pay the charge to go and see that. So today we're going to take in the Barbie Exhibition, so we'll bring you a bit of that. They've also got Tim Burton on as well, but we thought we're going to do the Barbie one. So the Design Museum is an exhibit of products, industrial, graphic, fashion, and also architectural design. So you've got a whole wide cross section of it. And it was opened here in 2018 when it won the European Museum of the Year award. Now, if you ask me, those knives and forks look like they should belong in IKEA. But apparently, the cutlery on the right takes the form of a single-use cutlery, but is made from durable stainless steel. Yeah, by taking the ergonomic and space-saving form of disposable cutlery by switching the material and transferring it into something sustainable, affordable, and long-lasting. There you go. Lovely. Oh, a wobbly clock with another clock inside it. So basically it was founded by Sir Terence Conran. Yeah, not when I said originally, but back in 1989. There you go, saves you on the keyboard there. And they collectively created the highly successful exhibition space known as the Boiler House in the Victoria and Albert Museum. And this one's called Chair. In fact, let's go for something a bit more creative. Chair on yellow. Right, so you're going to have to bear with it because there is some outlandish stuff. This, believe it or not, is a cheese grater. And the reason they put a cheese grater is because someone then decided to come along and put a handle on the back. Now, this cannot be an original cheese grater, and I don't think it's ever been used, because I don't know about you, but my cheese grater has always got tea towel in it, and I can't see a trace of tea towel here for love nor money. But anyway, let's call it cheese grater without the tea towel. So you really do get a wide selection of, well, design stuff. So you've got fish table with a fin, which I suppose is great if you're trying to hold something up, and then that is a chair of some kind. Now, it might well be used for torture purposes by the CIA or MI5, I'm guessing, because I don't know how the heck you would sit down on that. But anyway, that's design. A bit like the art stuff that we go to every so often, isn't it? It's different. It's a good thing it's roped off, can you imagine? That would be well and truly destroyed very quickly. Let's just give you that view around. Lovely. In fact, I'm looking forward to getting upstairs where we've got a giant mural, but also some London Underground stuff. Now, before we get upstairs, we found this. Now, these are different types of animals, and apparently these have just been made from the odd offcuts of wood, which is great, but I wouldn't have expected to see them in the Design Museum. Anyway, there you go. I'm guessing that's probably an owl of some kind. That's probably a rabbit behind. That's well, triangular headed thing. That one has to be a giraffe by virtue of its long neck, and that's got to be a pig flying over the moon. Yeah. Or something like that. Anyway, just goes to show what you can get in the Design Museum. In fact, I might hit my garage now. See what we got in there. Now here we have a giant mural, and I am sure that it keeps changing. So what we'll do is we'll keep the focus on that and just see what happens in a second. Hopefully it will switch around. If not, it's going to be a very long video with not a lot happening. Yeah, it's all right, you don't need to put it down there like many of them are on this channel. Anyway, this is the Design Museum. We're over in Kensington High Street, which is a lovely little part of London to come to anyway. And we're right by Holland Park as well. So all nice and close over there. Now, is it going to do anything? That's the question. This is up on the second floor. So it's up high. And also, you've got the light coming in from the top as well, which is rather beautiful. All right, we'll have a look around it. Tell you what, as I scoot round, it's bound to change. If it's changing, of course, we're not quite sure. So we're up on the second floor, and the good news is you can have a little walk around here as well. That's what I love. Everything is open. Oh, we've got a digital display over there. We're going to have a look at that in a second. No, I think we can confirm not a lot is happening on this. Right, let's go and keep looking around. So, needless to say, I walked away and it changed. And it's changed again. How about that? Very, very quickly. So I'm not sure if it's changing fast on purpose, because that one stayed there very, very quickly. But we've gone through a couple, so we'll see if we can catch all of those for you. Here we go, changing again. Right, so we're back to where we were before. And we'll see, there we go. Despite the fact it says quite clearly, do not touch, people can't help themselves. You're gonna love it. Maybe if you put a sign there saying, please do touch, people wouldn't. You never know. Anyway, there you go. So that's the one we missed out on from before, because it changed very quickly. And then I think it's going to the C one. Yes, it's like an underwater one. There you go. Right, like that. Excellent. But if you look up closely, let's just show you what they've got. It's all made up of, there we go. So as you can see, the whole mural is made up of very small paintings, very small things. There you go, you've got cigarettes there, leaves, acorns, which makes up the whole thing. Like on this one, you've got bees. So I'm loving these, especially the guitar at the top and the London Underground sign. My God, the Sinclair Spectrum, I remember that from years ago. But all different types of designs. And if you're as old as I am, you may well have had one of those. Many years ago, a Sony Walkman. Oh! Now this is a wall just to come and stare at. It's a Game Boy at the top there. Lovely. Old style telephone. Calculator. Oh. Turntable. All different types of designs. to have one of those. One of the original iPods before they were made into phones, etc. as well. It's a wall of reminisce. And pride of place, the roundel. Original Nokia phone. Right, the question is, if you're watching this, how many of these did you have or know about when you were younger? Including, in the middle of the bike there, that which used to put washing up liquid in and use with the scourer to do your washing up. And then you come round and you've got even more things, like cameras and computers, the ZX Spectrum down there. And I remember those controllers from the Atari, wow. Okay, this is definitely one of those places. Original laptops and computer, that's the old BBC computer there. Typewriters, wall of telephones. The old PDAs, used to write on. Wow. And then we're back to the Walkmans and original radios as well. And futuristic television sets. And how about that for a stereo system right up the top there? They won't light. Excellent. What a place. Certainly great for reminiscing. Oh, there you go. And lemon squeezer. Yeah, it's not an alien there, and that's the cast for it. Now, this section is well hidden away, so make sure if you're coming up here, you get to have a look at this. But you've got there the changing brand of Apple, and some of the Apple adverts in there. They got iconic pieces, including their pencil, their pods, and there you go. God, I remember that years and years ago. Oh, didn't realise visiting here would make me feel so old so quick. Anyway, there you go. So you've got Sony, the Walkman. There you go. Braun changing its different branding, and then you've got shavers down here as well. So all different designs of all different types of things. So I suppose you could actually have anything here. Right, let's reminisce now. Right, we've got cooking appliances at the top, as well as computers, the iMacs, I remember those in all the different colours. Then you've got the PCs, massive great TVs. Oh, that looks like a video. Oh, it's compact disc. Cool, that was big for the time. Record player. Laptops, Sony PlayStation. My first Sony. So that was a sort of recording thing. Put a tape in there and record people. Laptops, and then let's have a look at these. So this is Apple. So you've got watches and the iPods, iPhones. Oh God, you remember those little music players? Wow, the minis. Right, that is definitely the iPod player that I had many years ago. Messenger pads, and then as you come across, you've got radios, Walkmans, those headphones, remember those? Tape players. God, mini disc player. They didn't last for more than 2 seconds. Discmans, mobile phones. As you come across, shavers, calculators, watches and clocks, all different sorts of design stuff. Wow. I love this. Tube train, Piccadilly line, right bang. Well, it's only the front bit. But just highlighting the fact that as passenger numbers change, trains have to change to take account of that. With the number of journeys and the forecast getting bigger and bigger. So new generations of deep tube trains, which are going to be introduced very, very shortly. And some of the considerations when designing a new tube train is flexibility and longevity, and making sure the design can evolve and continue to be safe and efficient for the next 30 or 40 years. But it's going to be in use. So this we have here is a climate clock ticking down, and how much money's gone into the Green Climate Fund, and sort of ticking down to the point of no return for climate change. So as we mentioned before, the Design Museum is completely free, but they do have exhibitions from time to time, and currently they've got two on, and one of those is this. Yes, it's Barbie, taking Barbie all the way back to the originals, back in the 1950s, and this doll here is one of the original Barbie dolls. So normally there's a couple of exhibitions that are on, and of course that's how the Design Museum makes its money and keeps it going, which is a fair way of doing it. So whilst the Barbie is on down in the basement, on the ground floor they have the Tim Burton one on, and if you remember back to our Harvey Nichols windows that we did at Christmas, they were inspired of course by Tim Burton, and they had some of his creatures in there as well. So in the Barbie one, which we're at the moment, it really does take you through the life of Barbie, and here we're looking at the different Barbie incarnations all the way through. And of course, what was really resounding was all the girls and all the women going, "Oh, I wonder if they've got my Barbie from whichever year." So it was another great way to reminisce. Seems to be a theme here at the Design Museum, doesn't it? The Barbie exhibition's been on for some time, and it ends on the 23rd of February, so if you're coming to London before then and you fancy taking that up, then do. And also getting hold of tickets now, because it's coming to the latter stages, very, very easy to do, and you can get those online before you get here. So have you seen your Barbie doll yet? Maybe it's coming up in just a couple of seconds, but before we go any further, let's tell you a bit more about Barbie, who was the creation of Ruth Handler, who was the co-founder and first president of the Mattel Toy Company. It was founded in California in 1945, and Mattel quickly established itself as a respected toy maker, with Handler's husband Elliot leading the company's research and design efforts, while Ruth herself headed the sales and marketing side. Remember, if you see your Barbie doll, hit that pause button, and also you can expand to read the bits that are down below as well. Anyway, in the early 1950s, Ruth identified a gap in the market for a fashion doll designed to resemble an adult woman. She observed her daughter Barbara playing with paper dolls, and she noted that little girls just want to be bigger girls, and that there was nothing yet designed to fulfill that need. Dolls of the 1950s tended to look like babies, socialising young girls to expect marriage and motherhood as their eventual life path. Handler then realised that an adult-bodied doll with glamorous, grown-up wardrobe could offer a new and more flexible way for children to play, and hence Barbie was born. Well, or melted. So not only have you got all the different types of Barbie dolls, and hopefully seen your one in here already, but you've got a lot of the different accessories coming through time, and these are the very early houses and cars that they had, and they go through, and some of them are absolutely massive. Well, I guess Barbie was a big girl. All these different types of cars, motorbikes, and also you're going to see swimming pools and everything else in a second. Anyway, on the 9th of March 1959, Ruth Handler launched the first Barbie doll at the New York Toy Fair. Now, reaching this point had been a struggle, for Ruth had had to convince Mattel's male executives that an adult fashion doll was a product worth developing. They feared that no parent would want to buy their child a doll with the obviously mature female figure. Now, Ruth was inspired by several sources, including the German novelty doll Lily, which she encountered on a trip to Europe in 1956. Now, to augment the play appeal of Barbie, she developed the concept of multiple, interchangeable outfits that could be purchased separately. Mattel probably wrung their hands and went, "Cool, we got to keep her here." How about that for a pad? And this is probably one of my favourite rooms, all done up in silver, so a silver foil on the walls, which is great. But looking at Barbie the icon, and here you go, you've got Barbie with the world famous artist Andy Warhol. And how about that? Barbie on the front of time. Now, what's really interesting is, why is it here at the museum? Well, the Barbie doll may only be small at 11.5 inches high, but it represents a huge feat of engineering.
Over the decades, its design has embraced pioneering technologies and manufacturing methods, and these have all been deployed to bring the doll to life with movement and sound. And the doll has leveraged design to evolve with the changing times, using new materials to represent different skin tones and also hair textures. And as you can see, it's really been brought up to date, not just with the Barbie plane, but also with the astronauts as well. And in a recent trip to the International Space Station, one of the American astronauts took a Barbie doll of herself up there. And also here, you can see the many changes of Ken.
So interesting, it looks like this building was originally the Commonwealth Institute, which is now based down Pall Mall, opposite St James's Palace. But as you can see by the side of this global map, you can see when the Design Museum was opened, when the building was opened by Her Majesty the Queen back in 1962, her visit here in 1987, and at the end here as well, also on her visit in 1993. So we've had a lot of royalty come down here. There you go. So, the Design Centre. Thoughts on it? Well, what a fantastic place to come in and see some amazing stuff from years gone by, the way things have changed. There's exhibitions on. Choice is yours whether you come into those exhibitions. Actually, do you know what? I didn't know what to expect from the Barbie exhibition, but actually I thought it was really, really good. We didn't do the Tim Burton one because actually, let's be brutally honest, whilst it's free to come in here, if you want to do all the exhibitions, it's going to cost you a fortune. Actually, it would have cost me about £35 to do both of the exhibitions, and Jaden, who was with me, probably about £25. So actually it becomes really expensive. But to see all the other design stuff that's here and that's free, amazing. Well worth taking the trip down here. And let's face it, the area of Kensington is rather beautiful anyway. So, really hope you've enjoyed looking at the Design Museum. It's been on the list for absolutely ages to come down and visit, so really hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with the video up in the top right hand corner, and if you click on that, we'll see you in there. Take care. Bye.